It's week 2 of the NFL. And up next, we'll see the 2021 rushing champ, Jonathan Taylor. He really helped drive them a week ago with a 3-touchdown game. It's the Commanders and the Lions. All that and more coming up next.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Washington Commanders and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They come in off a loss in the season opener, which doubled as the home opener.
And when you lose that way, at home, season opener, it almost feels like 2 losses. So it's a big fight to get yourselves ready to go to play the next week.
But meanwhile, for the visiting Commanders, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by Mr. Irrelevant in the 2022 draft, a guy with something to prove, Iowa State's career passing leader, and that's Brock Purdy.
I think the hope was to let him sit and learn for a bit, but he was thrown right into the fire in week 1. Now we'll see what kind of lessons he's learned as he prepares.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
To throw again on 2nd down. Purdy. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Purdy now to throw. And that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way you wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. And this will be touchdown across midfield at the 45-yard line. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be led out by a man who needs no introduction. One of the most exciting players in all of sports. Now in his 6th season out of Texas A&M, Patrick Mahomes.
And simply put, for many, he's the gold standard for quarterbacks in today's NFL because of his ability to create, find the open man, use all the different arm angles that he has. He's a complete package, and boy, his team loves to play around him.
Now the NFL's leading rusher in 2021, Jonathan Taylor, to about the 48-yard line. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Completes it to Samuel. And he's going to have a Commanders first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. From the gun, it's Taylor. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That play blown up on a really nice effort by Jerry Tillery.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Mahomes now to throw. Got a man complete. It's Taylor. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 29-yard line. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
1st and 10, Taylor now. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. Now, play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Throwing now is Mahomes. He's got Hurst as tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive. And here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. On 2nd and a couple. Mahomes. That's Samuel. Caught left side. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Taylor will score. Touchdown, Commanders. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
We had a pretty good idea that they were going to pressure this young quarterback, and that's now 2 sacks here in the first quarter.
And yeah, this is a secret to exactly nobody, because if you're a rookie quarterback, you know you're going to see pressure. Defenses want to see how you're going to handle it, or if it forces you into making bad decisions. That's their goal.
He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
First carry for Najee Harris.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Second and 10.
Throwing on second down. Purdy. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker.
And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates.
And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
It's a first down Washington on a pickup of 18.
This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Back to Taylor on first down.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he will find his man, Samuel. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Now Mahomes. And it's caught. And just
plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. On second down, it's Taylor.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked them back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available. and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Now here's Mahomes. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Gano's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And Detroit getting set to go now. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And they'll get him down here at the 23. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 12 carries, 51 yards, and a touchdown.
It's a pretty mediocre week for him on the ground. Certainly a boon to his offense if he can get a little more output on his touches this week. He should get some more early carries as his team tries to get him into a rhythm.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. Oh, able to avoid him. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Harris running straight ahead, and he'll fight forward on the straight ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. This time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Purdy with it on 3rd and long. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Good for a Lions.
Now on 1st down, it's Purdy. Forced out to his left. And he'll just get rid of it. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23.
Purdy sets up to throw again. Smith catches left side. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Give him 2 on the play there. And it's good enough for a Detroit 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Purdy.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 12-yard line.
That's complete right around the 8. An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd
Purdy.
and 4.
Dancing to his left. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Keeper. Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. Results in a 4th down.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So, 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Back onto the field now, the Commanders' offense.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Mahomes.
And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker.
10 3-yard score after 1 here on EA Sports. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside. Not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10.
They go play fake. Mahomes. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Mahomes to throw. That is taken in by Hurst. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
Running left, Taylor.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was a good illustration of setting the edge as a defensive end. Being able to make sure that you stay on your feet no matter what type of block, and you're not going to get pushed inside. Stayed home, skated to the outside, and made the play.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes.
Looking for the crossing receiver, and he's got him. It's Samuel.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 25-yard line. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
Well, there's no doubt that Curtis Samuel and Washington would both welcome a redo at his first year there. Injuries kept him to less than 100 snaps across 5 games. Everyone's hoping a return to health gets him back on track, where he's making a push for his first 1,000-yard season in Carolina. That catch there, good for a first down.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw taken in by Samuel. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number one receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Caught on the slant. And the Commanders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Commanders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. For this offensive unit, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Purdy, and this one complete to Smith. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. So, Charles, this, game number 2 in the NFL career, this rookie quarterback, his guys took the loss in the opener. And when asked after that game by reporters how he did, he was pretty curt. He said, not well. What did you see?
Well, first and foremost, I loved his answer to the media because he was being honest. And those veterans in the locker room, they're looking at him to see how he's going to handle things. And he's not blaming other people because I thought he struggled. The only thing that's going to help him, though, reps. No matter how many big games you played in college, how well you do in practice, the reps in the real games, that's when you begin to grow as a quarterback.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The Commanders bringing out the nickel package on 3rd down. Purdy now to throw. Steps away to his left. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
They have been struggling to put points on the board so far, and while you don't want to lump it all on the rookie quarterback, he's definitely the root cause. And all rookies, they have those learning experiences in their first year. What they're hoping for is that he can learn on the fly, work through his struggles against his defense, and at the same time, still find a way to put them in a position to win.
So here is Washington now to take over. They got the victory last week. That was against Jacksonville, and they lead this one as well right now out in front here. They've got it 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. They'll bring out 4 receivers. 3 of them being sent to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 4. Mahomes now to throw. Throws out left, it's caught by Williams. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Jameson Williams. A gain of 9 yards. First down, Washington.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. Touchdown, Washington. Zay Jones. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Commanders take a 3-touchdown lead. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Gano for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. And Detroit back in possession of the football. Still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's 1 interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
That's good for a Lions first down.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
The ball carrier. He's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a pickup of 3.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Screen pass to Connor. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Mahomes. That's Samuel, caught left side. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
And the Washington first down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
On the draw is Taylor, and he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
He was taken down
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Mahomes firing complete, and it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 37. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Hurst. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and inches.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He's going to go up top for the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Curtis Samuel, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Commanders continue to pull away here in this first half. What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. But 400 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
Extra point try, good by Gano. And the route is on here in this first half.
Commanders 31.
So that drive in total 8 plays. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line. Time for another look at this Lions offense. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Purdy. And that one complete to his receiver, Palmer. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 1st down, Purdy. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
It's brought in by Harris. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Now the defense going to use the 1st of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Purdy with it on 3rd and long. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield. Curtis Samuel and the rest of the offense heading back out there now, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but a shredding defense is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Well, this is caught by Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 45-yard line.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey, and those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. From there, we'll head down to the Big Easy. Check on the Saints at home at the Superdome. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Tampa Bay Bucks. The Saints seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore. Check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And right now they have the lead over the visiting Dolphins. Rashad Bateman, a touchdown reception. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Washington. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here come the Commanders for the first possession of the third quarter. Now, the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
He's airing it out for Williams. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Got his target, Samuel. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
Well, this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. A give for Taylor running right side. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Emmanuel Ogbah finding his way to the ball for a big stop there behind the line of scrimmage. He'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Now here's Mahomes. And he will find his man Samuel. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 45-yard line. Give him 18 on the play. Well, those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the 4th quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, the Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they? But my question is, will we be able to resist the urge to continue to run things up a bit and get his main guys a few bonus stats before he calls them off the field?
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. That's the tight end Hurst with it. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Here's Mahomes to throw. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he's going to have a Commander's first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Mahomes now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And this is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
It doesn't look like this defense found the magic elixir at halftime. This offense was rolling in the first half, and that's continued here in the third quarter. Another big play right there.
They'll run here with Taylor. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Jonathan Taylor with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, I think even he's chuckling a little bit now. What a start this is to a regular season. Charles, remember, 3 touchdowns on the ground last week in the opener, and he's got 2 more here. Pretty incredible.
Yeah, he has to be.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Commanders,
it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank